As decided, this is the first day of our discussion program, which we have decided. So we will what we are going to do. We are going to talk about physics, basically. But to start with, today we are going to talk about science in general. So that's why today's topic is what is science. So science, the word comes with, maybe some of you know that it is a Latin. It comes from a Latin word called scientia, and it basically means knowledge. So it doesn't say about anything like physics, chemistry, because there, when the word, it is very broad. Science is very broad actually. It is actually, the social sciences are also called science, and which we are studying physics is actually a branch of a very specific kind of science, which is called natural sciences. So physics, chemistry, biology, this kind of, in modern science, it has been divided into three categories basically. One is natural science. The second is social sciences, which are physics. The second is social science, which are civics, history, this kind of social, in which we talk about social interactions. And the third is logic, about which is basically computer science and mathematics, like this. So, and what we are going to discuss is actually natural science, because science is very broad. Okay. So when you talk about science, then your social sciences are also a kind of science actually. So it's a body of knowledge, it's a vast body of knowledge, and you cannot just say that. Actually, I don't think it is fair to define it in a few sentences. You cannot define the whole of science in few sentences. So what will be our goal today would be to, we are physics. We are going to talk about, mainly focus on physics. So it's a part of natural science. To start with, we will talk about natural science. Okay, in general. So natural science, how natural science means that what we see in the nature, to explain natural phenomena in simple terms, what we observe and then verify them experimentally. So that is how we study natural science. That is the branch which deals with the natural phenomena. Okay. So in our today's discussion, what we will discuss are, first we will try to discuss how is this natural science, which is in which physics is a part of natural science, and so are chemistry and biology and such, earth sciences, and all the related things. So first we are what we are going to discuss is what makes it different from the other two sciences, the social science and logic, which we call mathematics, and computer science. It is some debated that logic and mathematics and computer science are not actually a kind of any science. But okay, let's we will also talk about that. Okay. So first thing is we will discuss about first what is different between these three sciences. In the modern science, these three sciences are very important, as we know. Also, we will there is also a fourth kind of, you can make a fourth kind of category, which is applied sciences. So how you use the knowledge you acquired through your experiments. So that is basic science. And how you use the knowledge you gained through your experiments to make some useful things, so that you can use them in society. So that is applied science. You apply the science you learned to make some valuable things to humanity, to provide something you can use actually. So that is applied sciences, which, so engineering and this, all the other kind of doctors, what they do. So engineering and those who manufacture things, chemical industries, these are all applied sciences. They use they try to devise something which is useful for the society. So, and the second, so that's the first thing. The second thing what we will talk about is how science is different from religion. Okay. So that is, that is, I think the question is clear to you. Religion and science are, I think, enemies. Some people see both are enemies of each other. And that is the second thing. And the third thing I think we should do is probably what what is how science should be approached. I mean, how to do the how to do science. What do we mean by when we say that we are doing science, basic sciences? I mean, so that is the third thing. And the fourth thing I think is what we can do to aware others about this type of thinking, which is called scientific thinking, and what is the scientific method. So these, I think, are the four things which we will talk about today. So that's all. I think if you anyone, if you want to add something, then you can tell now. Over to Vijay.
Yeah, Rupam. I have got in a very summarized way. First, we will discuss the science method and the science classifications, and also the
Yeah,
comparison with religion. Is it
yeah,
actually both are opposite poles or
yeah.
not?
So yes, they
These
can
things.
they survive both together or not? So this kind of.
Okay. So, am I the first
So
one to give my opinions?
no, yeah, the first one will be. So we are starting with what the classification, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, what do you think about the as a science? What do you think should be in natural sciences? What do you think social sciences are as important as natural sciences, or and the logic? I told you a third kind of mathematics, because mathematics is not actually a natural. I mean, not natural science. I mean, you don't do it by looking at something nature. What is happening in nature? I will see it, then I will deduce it. You just, it is like of axiomatic. It comes to you. I mean, it's kind of art. I think art. It is also, it is. I mean, some people say that mathematics is a form of art. It is practiced like an art. The mathematicians do mathematics because it is an art. They say we do mathematics for the same reasons musicians play music. So what do you think about that? Also, the social science, how social science are also categorized as science. So what do you think? What is the importance of them? And I think all of us know that what the natural sciences are very important, because I told you that natural science comprise of physics, chemistry, biology, and I mean the familiar conception of science, which everyone thinks that it is science means physics, chemistry, biology, and then earth sciences and metallurgy, this type of things.
Oh, okay.
So
Thank you, Rupam.
yeah,
About the classification, I would say in the beginning you said that the term science mean knowledge, and hence there is science word related in social science as well as computer science as well as physical science as well as natural science. There means that there is knowledge in all the parts. Basically,
yeah, that
we are getting some knowledge in all the parts, and hence all parts are science in itself. Okay,
yes,
then why classification was needed? In sorted way, I would say classification was only needed to brief particular type of study, so that we can study everything in a classified way, and it would make our work easy. Like if we study natural science, we will study some part of science. If we go for social science, we will study how our society is formed, how our society is developed, and how evolution was done, all these things in a social aspect. But in natural science we will learn it physical and chemical aspect, and as well as biological aspect. So the classification does mean only for the brief study, I think. And there is nothing to do with the classification. We are getting the knowledge or science everywhere. It's my opinion. And also, what about the mathematics? So I would say science always needed a language to talk, and mathematics is that language in my sense. Because we try to convert all the things in mathematics, especially in our field in physics. In physics, we from conversion of energy to mass, from movement, from all the parts, we are converting it in a simple mathematical language. So I would say that mathematics is the language we are using, and mathematics is the weapon, and it is not itself a science. because if we
Yes, that's
yes, because if we remove the concepts and we only use the math, then it will not come up with some knowledge, I think. So there,
yeah. You can prove basically anything. I mean, using mathematics, you can just. I
yes,
mean, you'll make crazy. I mean, you can prove anything.
yes, math is the weapon, and if there is no one to
Yes.
use that weapon, means that weapon is useless, basically.
Yeah.
So it was all about the classification from my side.
We would like to go to Usha Kiran. What are your views on the classification? What do you think? If all the sciences are equally important, or what is the need for the classification? Do we really need it or not?
Uh, Good evening to all. So, my thought about the science is what Vijay told is right. And science in we can classification is required. We call like natural science and logical thinking in math and computer science, and in the social science. So, generally, I think that actually science means then not only classification, if we can think another way, means actual means of science is to what they have proved, what they are for some scientists or any persons they have proved like manner, experimentation, verification, conclusion. So these process who are followed by a person and can prove what he research like that. That type of thing is you can call it science, scientifical. We can go like in social example. We take social sciences like if the tiger is there. If we can go in scientific manner, like observation, experimentation, verification, then we can it come under the part of science. Means not only physics, chemistry, yes, these are the pure sciences, but science is not for limited for some subject. It's not for science. It has no boundaries. It's entire universe. In every part, science is there, and it's scientific approach and scientific methodology is required in every way. Like that Vijay told that natural sciences and physics and biology, chemistry, etc. and logical mathematics and computer science. I know, okay, but like this everywhere we can classification is there, but the essence of the science is not changed ultimately. What I am telling is the scientific methodology is required in every field. Entire in universe also we can apply science. Uh, like history, we can any situation we go back. What happened is there? Is history is happened or not? How can conclude means through we can apply scientific manner through that experimentation, observation, and through verification. This type of process we have to apply in any any matter, in any instance. We can concluded by the scientific method only. So that's why we apply everywhere science. So physics and biology, we can is category like natural science and logical thinking and social science like this. Okay, classifications is okay, and we can apply also methodology. That's why they are classified into the different subjects. So this I am telling.
So you
Hello,
say that every kind of science which we do should be given equal importance.
it's important. So we can give to all equal importance. Depending on this. any matter we can give importance. All topics we cannot give equal importance to science. This is my opinion.
So you say the social sciences are in some way inferior to the natural sciences because in I mean in terms of daily use, if you I mean say either the phone or the things or the machines which we are using daily are
Mm.
not because of the social sciences but because of the natural sciences, the basic sciences.
Mm.
The engineers make these devices using the basic sciences, and they
Mm.
make these things. So you
Okay.
say then the social sciences are not that important.
Actually, what I'm telling you, social sciences from basic sciences are different. On the basic sciences of the depends on the basic sciences. This type of are developed. What I'm telling is, this is the different basic sciences applications of science like technology is developed. So it can give importance on it can give tell that you can correctly tell that technology without science technology is nothing. So I am giving the importance of basic science. So through basic sciences technology is developed. I am telling that like that in
Okay,
social sciences also we
okay,
can
I
okay.
got it. I got it. Okay, then I
Okay.
will move on to Sudhanshu.
Um, so, uh, if I come to the classifications of science, it has nothing much with the science has nothing much to do with the classification because every part of science is equally important. Means if you are no matter if you are studying a social science or you are studying a physics or studying a geology, science means knowledge. Means if you are getting a knowledge from every subject, that means every subject should be given equally important. You should not neglect this part or this part. You are not miss if a student is interested in particular subject, he can study that. But if you are means you want to promote science, if you want to follow science, you should give equally importance to the every subject, because science is just about getting knowledge, no matter from where you are getting. If you are getting from the social science, you should take it and use it in the daily life. If you are getting the knowledge, the practical knowledge from the engineering field or physics, you should accept it and use it in your life. So it has nothing much to do with the science. And if I talk about the main topic, means what is science. So I have some points which defines what is science actually. I want to put in science is a knowledge gained through experience. Yeah, it is rightly said. Science is a knowledge which is gained through experience. If you are experiencing the thing, if you are reading and you are taking the knowledge and you experience it in your life, you are getting the knowledge. Second point, science is accumulated body of knowledge of physics or materials through observation or experiment. And science is all about the observation of physical things or materials and getting knowledge out of it, and that's the science. And third is, it is the fact or a principle gained by scientific study. Means you if you are studying something, you are studying scientifically or systematically, and you are getting the knowledge, and that is called the science. And this was my point of view, what is science, and what is why category is not important, category is not important. That's it.
So you say that we should also practice the natural sciences as we do, and the other kind of sciences, the social sciences and natural sciences, like we do the, uh, only for the knowledge, and you are saying that,
Yes.
and
uh, Taking knowledge and also applying into their life. Means there are lots of knowledge you can take from the social sciences. You can know many things about
yes.
that, and you can apply it to make effective, to make better version of yourself. So if you are getting knowledge, you should accept it. You should also give importance to that. You cannot means neglect it. It is boring, or it is something less important to me. You should accept it.
Okay, Nixon is saying that the natural sciences and religion are just two very different things, and there is no connection between them. So, Vijay, what do you think?
Actually, I have some different opinions. I think
Please.
I think there is some connection, but I mean religion and science walk together for some distance, and then they divert their way. For example, they both are answering questions like how Earth formed, how days and nights take place. So they both are answering questions, but their method of answering questions are a little bit same, and then differences are created. Like if I ask how days and night take place, then in a particular religion they will give the theory, and they will start putting their theory foremost, and they will accept this theory as the truth. In many religions it was said that earth was formed by particular god, and they have accepted this theory as a truth. And another religion, it was accepted as it was formed by another god, and they accepted this as a truth, and they never questioned this truth, and they have blindly accepted this as a final and foremost truth. But science also gives theories, but in science we don't accept our theories as truth. In fact, we give theories and then start criticizing or proving our own theories wrong. For example, when atom was discovered, our first theory was given, and then that theory was not taken as truth. In fact, that theory was questioned again and criticized again, and then a new theory came up which was more updated than the older one. So in this way, in science we question our theories and we update our theories, but in religions we don't question, we give theories and consider this as a final truth. And so up to giving the theory, I think both are same, both are working in the same way. But after giving the theory, the process changes. In science we question and criticize, but in religion we don't question and don't criticize. So this was my opinion.
So next I would invite Sudhanshu to say something on this natural science versus religion. Then I will go.
Religion and natural science are part different from each other. Religion is basically related to a particular thing. Their mindset are totally different from the people who follow the natural science. They think differently. They Religion is something which people blindly follow, something they do not question anything. Whatever they are told, they are asked to do, they do it completely. While in natural science, if you are someone is studying natural science, he first of all justify the things, he observe the things, then he believe. He doesn't blindly follow it. He first of all questions it, then he believes. So both things are totally different from each other, and that's my point.
Okay, so next I will go. So I think I believe that religion. If you see, look, if you see the scientists, which all the scientists who made great discoveries, they also believed in some kind of God. They, most of them actually, they believed that there is something there out. They didn't just say that, oh, this, I follow this religion, this is it is written in the book that this man is the god and I have to accept it. They didn't accept it like that, but they had a certain kind of feeling from inside that there is something which is still incomprehensible. I mean, the world is incomprehensible, comprehensible in a way. I mean, you are able to deduce everything about, I mean, using the laws of physics, using the laws of other sciences, your chemistry, you are using the laws of physics to build new forms of knowledge, new there are various parts of physics, and they all agree to each other also. You can develop it like that. But there is also always a question, there is something always left. I mean, there is, as Newton, I will give the example of the Newton, Galileo, Kepler. They all read the Bible daily, but they didn't say that, okay, I will believe that Jesus created everything like this, everything like that. So I believe that yes, religion maybe it's personal. I think religion is a very personal thing, and everyone has a slight different kind of it. If you ask me about true religion or what should be followed, but there is a kind of, I think, religion which is written, that is written and it is fixed, it is not flexible. But in that way science is very flexible. It can, I mean, a religious, if you say ask a religious man that what you do you think about it, then he will probably say that it is written in our holy book and we will believe it, it is the truth, and we don't want to listen anything else. But those who is little scientific minded in a sense will dare to question the things. So I think uh, that is what is different approaches. And if you ask me what is the actually what it is basically both are a form of I mean a way of knowledge, what Vijay said. I think uh, I have also very similar belief, I think, about it. So yeah, that's what I think.
Rupam, if you allow, I would like to say something about your words. In a place you said that scientists also read bibles and they also have some belief. So I think reading bible or any other book, that is not a problem, we should read. But if we accept any fact from that, then we have to prove that fact with a scientific point of view, I
Yeah,
think.
that's what I said. That's what I said. I said that they didn't believe that everything. Literally didn't believe every sentence. They tried to actually. If you see that a lot of them actually tried to actually decide. I mean, they thought that these books have secret message in them, so they did try to decipher what is actually what they are trying to say in context of our world. So it is a type of that thing. So I think that's what is the difference between those who are very religion minded, so called, and those who are scientific minded. So
Yes, yes, means reading is not a problem, that we should read also, that is not a problem.
yeah, but just believing anything, just what is written in a certain book, it is, I don't think, very
Exactly,
scientific. I mean, that's
exactly.
not scientific. I mean, yeah. Next, I will. Last is Usha Kiran left only.
So actually, there is no the relation between the science and religion. It's total different actually. We are discussing that based on some natural phenomena from the old age, previously only when you go back here, they are depending on nature. They created that unknown things. They happen. They think like a god. So based on that, so many types of religious are coming depending on situation. Then that is not a scientific manner. That is in blindly. That came this type of religion mindset that came blindly. So, but present what happens? You are telling some scientists are reading this Bible and this going on. So what actually the scientists who are they they study well in this subject and they can is perfect person in the subject only and he can some invent in those topics like it go mechanically only. He studied in that subject, he go mechanical. But he should read from what from basics to the up to now. What how the God evolved. He is correct or not? Is God evolved? And on the whatever the natural phenomena is some stories are like the rod is unknown things. I like earthquakes. On the starting stages, the man cannot find what is happen exactly. So then he can some external force is there. Even his fear, oh, and he's there like that. On this basis, they sorry, almost anything really just came from that side only. But what science told is what is the external force? Is it there? Then let's find. So that is the science. So these religions we can follow blindly, and we cannot even they can scientists also reading means before the so many religious persons they wrote so many philosophies like that. He read also, but he cannot study it manner is there or not. He can study only in his subject only in his example physics some topics like he can read and he can got excellent in this topic and he got a science doctorate and he is scientist, but he doesn't study how God evolved. Is it or not? What is the starting situation? So this is the main thing. So science, religious is not related. It's totally different. So that's what I tell. I think this is my. Hello.
Okay, so I think about this topic, everyone is done, I think. So we will move on to the next one, which is the approach. The approach. What kind of approach should we? I mean, if you see the today's education system, so what should be the approach of doing science, or what is the ideal approach? So I will start with Vijay.
Yes, I think first of all, we have to teach the student how to answer a question or how to what is the process. Like there is a process in science from observation to the questioning, then questioning to the experiment, then data collection and conclusion, and then final acceptance. And if there is need, then again do the same process. This is a process of science that we exactly do in every part. So before teaching any fact or any laws, we have to teach the student how to observe and how to find out the rules, how to answer. And beside that, we have to add work on critical thinking of students very early, because in our education system we are not focusing on critical thinking at all. I think very few students can get critical thinking developed in their brain. So that is where we need to work. And then I think we also need to work or to teach the ethics and some historical interesting facts about science. So it will only help the student to be more curious to science, and they will be exposed to learn new things in that way. That was all.
Okay, so moving on to Shudhansu.
The perfect approach should be means if you observe today's education system is today's student mentality, they only means study to learn and to give exam. That should not be the perfect approach. The perfect approach should be to understand the things, to get the exposure, to get the perfect knowledge, and to imply it in their own life, and to use it in practical ways. And means they should not means mug up the things and write it only for exams. They should use it practically. That's my point only.
Yeah. So next, I will move on to Nixon. That he would like to add something to Vijay. What Vijay said, he says that more importantly, a student should be taught to ask questions, to be so that they feel free to ask questions whenever they have a doubt in their mind. So that's, I think, very important.
Exactly, this is welcome. This is a very important thing.
Yeah. So okay. So next, Usakiran.
So friends are telling us same questioning mind is very important, and also present education system what the government has to take policies is very crucial role. If the depend based on his policies only, the student is molded on this education. So that's why main role is on the government. What the type of process that they are taking. Like this questioning mind is very important, and practical knowledge is more important than theory, okay, but along with theory, you can implement and you can study practical knowledge also. This is requirement for present education system.
Okay, so now I will tell my views. So yes, I think yes, our education system is more oriented towards exam. Then that's I think pretty much clear. And also I don't think that I think until the general public or the parents of the students are not aware of this, it is very difficult. It is very difficult to uh, suppose you are a kid, a small kid, and you are what you are fascinated with. Small kids are when you are a child you are fascinated with everything, but as you grow up you are given very ridiculous reasons to study. You are told that you should study this because science has very much scope. There is great scope in science, so just take the science, take the science stream. And so it's completely it's wrong to also science, and also to the student who may have any other interest. He may not have interest in science, but yes, science is inherently very interesting. And we should be able to make it more interesting by the students should feel free in a science class. The students should feel free to ask questions to a teacher, and it should be taught in such a way with should be not only there is reason, but also there is that they should see that actually it's a beautiful way of knowledge. I think to gain knowledge, this kind of knowledge can be actually entertaining. They should be taught experiments, small experiments which they can do at their home, so that they can see it themselves. That is very important, I think, because everyone wants to see it happening. So so yeah, that's what I think what general science education should be from and it starts with as soon as early in life it starts, the better, I think. So yeah, that's my view. uh, so I think everyone is fairly done with these questions also. So we are left with only the last point, our how to aware the general public or the parents or our who is very much into um, uh, belief. There's superstitions, who believes in superstitions, these kinds of things, to have a little also to convince them that it is not what you should do, to have a little make them a little inclined towards science. So I would like to start with Sudhanshu.
See, to make them aware by talking here with only 2 or 5 members is not going to make much difference. We have to we have to interact with the people who are of that mind. We should talk to them. We should physically meet them. We should we should go to if we spread and we have a good team. We should we organize some seminars, or we should visit to schools where we can talk with students and their parents if possible. So we should physically interact with them, we have to talk to them, and we have to explain what is actually a science. So this would be the approach to change their mindset.
Okay, moving on to Bijay.
Yes, this is a very crucial question, actually, very important question, and especially for Indian peoples, and especially for North Indian, because here is some cultures like if you can't ask question to your elders, you can't do arguments. So these are the mental barriers we are imposing over our students. We are stopping them to do arguments. Basically, we are required to let them know the process how to argue, but we are actually stopping them to do any arguments, and then we are also asking them not to ask questions, and that is a very big problem in North India. I don't know about South India. We can come to know about it from Usha Kiran and Nixon. So this is a very important question, and this change can be done only by discussions to the parents, and to let them know what the psychology of our students, and to discuss the problems like exam and mugging up knowledge and these things. We have to teach them and let them know about the application of science. That is the important thing I think we should do. In that way we can not only inspire students, but we can also come in the touch of parents and to the teachers, and we have to accept this, that in every school there is at least one teacher who understand this and do it very properly. So that is a plus point for us, and we should take help from these teachers, and we can bring out the change. That's all.
Okay, so uh, Usha Kiran, what do you think?
So present, so this is a good thing, seeing this. Not only North India, South India also very necessary to aware the people, because recently in Andhra Pradesh, Chittoor district, the well-educated people, is a gold medalist in mathematics, and his wife is working as a headmaster in school, and they have two daughters. They are studying masters. So on this, they are following superstitions. So they, it's a very bad situation. The parent or his mother cut his head, and the whatever the means papas is go back, and another life come in that life. You born like very good uh, opportunities. You got a good life next life. So that's why present you can sacrifice your life like that, cut head, and he drink his daughter blood. So this type of situations happen in this. So actually he studies everything, not only in the uneducated people, even educated people also following superstitions and blind beliefs because of this their weakness. So our main aim is to to go the villages and in universities, and also in the everywhere news channels. You have to spread the what is actual meaning, what is that actual reason of these superstitions, and then you can explain, you can convince them. Otherwise, so many happens things like this is going on, especially in villages, in South India also, in Telangana, particularly Andhra. It's very big problem. Even almost like means last 2018 here Hyderabad also, when lunar eclipse, they cut one baby head. Like this happens. Means when cut his baby head, he got some gold. So is this type of situations is there. But our aim is to aware the people, and to educate them what is actually is there, and is required is there through from government can take one act, and that is very required to us and our people also. So this is telling.
Okay, so yes, I have also heard about the news. That it's very sad to hear that even to mathematics professors of a deemed university
Mm.
can commit such an act. So
Yes.
end it here. Next meetings would be given in the group, and the next topic also will be discussed there. Today, I think it is a good time to end it on some remarks, and I think Vijay can give some remarks on uh, what should be on a general, just a summary of what we discussed today.
Thank you, Rupam. The
Yeah.
discussion
Okay.
was
Okay.
actually Avisam. We have come across a lot of things. Like we have come across the definition of science actually, and then what's the need of classifications, and then yeah, what are the contradictions between religion and science method. and then what are the needs of reform in our education system, and also to the students mind and our parents psychology. So we have come across this important topic, and all the members have given their opinions very well. We had some issues of network and like that. So since it is our first
Yeah,
talk.
they will be the fixed in the next, I think, next
Exactly,
discussion. Yeah.
exactly. This is our first talk, and this was above the mark. I think we did not expected
Yeah, yeah, it was good. Yeah.
this much of depth and well.
Yes.
So this is a very big appreciation, and let's have a thumb for everyone. And we will try to add
Yeah.
some new members, and in next talk we will have some another scientific topic. And thank you for that day. This is for today's discussion.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you everyone for joining us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.